Hey, what's up, guys? I just figured I'd come back and do a quick review of these panners and top box for the KTM 1290 Adventure. I ordered these off of eBay for it was 950 bucks shipped. I think I had to pay tax on top of that too. But a couple of guys were asking about my review, kind of what I thought they were thinking about doing them, because for 950 bucks for the rack, the boxes, and everything, that's pretty cheap. Especially the style that comes up over top of the exhaust. I think the Evo, the Tortec Evos or whatever, I think you're almost 3,000 bucks to do this. Something like that. It was something crazy, and I wasn't going to do it. So figured I'd take a gamble on these. I checked out the Tortecs that my buddy had. Very nice, but these aren't far off, especially for a third of the money. So I wanted to kind of run through. First of all, the boxes came in all really nice. Quality wise, super happy with them. They each came with 2 keys. All the locks are matched. The numbers are on the lock. And then they're also matched with the locks that hold it to the bike, which is nice that it locks the bike. You can lock the box. It's fairly secure, all things considered. Without tools, you can't really get them off. They fit very nice as far as there's no rattle. I mean, they're super solid, nicely sized. They're not huge as far as the bike. You know, they're definitely wider than you think behind you, but they're not too bad. And I'm sorry, I'm working in this tight garage right now, so it's going to be a little bit tight in here, but I'll run you through it anyway. So box wise, decent quality. The only thing that's kind of a bummer are the front hinges, which are pretty nice, but they're like polymer or glass reinforced plastic or something like that. I would have preferred if those had been metal, just because that seems like it could be a break point. The footman loops are all same material as well as all the corners. Honestly, it feels really high quality. It feels like a lower of a, you know, like a pistol or something like that. It doesn't feel like cheap bendable plastic. It's all pretty tough. Locks are all smooth. Everything works really nice. Sorry, I'm going to do this one-handed. I'm trying to do it in not in portrait mode. So you have to put the wires on that hold the box lid up when you get it. Tried to show you guys the sealant on all the edges. Looks pretty well done. You know, it's not just slathered in there. It looks like somebody actually took time and cared, which is nice. They are not lined. Also, I think they're like a universal top because it's drilled for those same pieces on both sides. So they probably set them up for different applications in different ways. But trying to think what else I can show you. Oh, here. So I wanted to show the mounting mechanism because the gentleman that was asking me to do a quick review on them was interested and he wanted to see how they mount to the bike. So that's locked. It's a little annoying. You can't unlock them and close it. You can, but it's half latches. So here, let me show you that. So if I unlock it and pull my key, I push that down. Now it'll hold, but I don't know if it'll hold while riding, because watch what happens when I then unlock it. It closes the rest of the way and locks. So I don't know if I trust that without them being locked. Not a big deal, but it is what it is. I ordered some 1/8 inch adhesive foam for the insides of these so I can line them. It's all of 15 bucks on Amazon. So these, same kind of mechanism. You lift, and that's what unlocks the box. And the box, and like I said, they're tight on that rack. Pulls back. I'm trying to do this one-handed, which is also not helping. Okay, so all right, so here's your mechanism right here. And now these are like I don't know if they feel like Darlin. It's like a hard. I don't think it's plastic. It's not metal, but they're very hard, very tough. And this is your hardened pinned. I'm assuming this is hardened. This is your pin that the mechanism locks on. You go to the back of the box. See, each one of these slides on to these grooved spacers. And then when you close your locking mechanism, that locks on this pin. So that's what holds them on there. They all work the same way. The top's very similar. It's in the front there. It's right there. Does the same exact thing, and it mounts the same exact way. They sort of go on with a curve. So they kind of hook on, curve on, and then the locking mechanism comes down, locks to that. So I don't think you'd have to destroy the box, I think, before you could get them off the bike. Hang on a second. Let me throw this box back on. Okay, box is back on. I should have taken that one off because this one falls over when you take it off and try to set it down because you have this small bottom piece. As far as fitment of the rack goes, the rack was great on the front pieces. The only place we had I had an issue, was right here. And I don't know if you can see, the angle's a little bit off. So I gave it a quick little tweak, just a touch, and it was enough to bolt it on. I don't think it's going anywhere. Well, of course, I say that and then it makes a noise. I mean, that's just your cross brace anyway. It's not a big deal. I might replace these with grade 8 and just hammer them down with the impact and make them, they'll just end up where they end up. So, and this side, you can see the same kind of thing. Oh, this side's a little straighter. So I think this side went on straight. And then when I went to put this one on, there was no slack between them. Your mileage may vary on that one. Wasn't a deal breaker for me. And then come over to this one. I'll just give you guys a idea here on size and how they look inside. You can see that one, same kind of thing. It's pretty much the same size as far as width at the top, but at the bottom on the other one's a little smaller. And the top box, I just threw that on there because it's reflective and I had it, and start stickering them up. Same kind of thing. My helmet with a peak fits in here. I have a 2XL Scorpion, that guy right there. Fits in there, absolutely no problem, not even close to touching. So the box is plenty big enough for a helmet. That's a modular 2X, so I think it's pretty much on the big side. Clears my Doberman exhaust. I'll just give you a look from this side. This does come, so I will say this. I bought this bike used, and it already had this rear carrier, which is the KTM carrier. This carrier here came with the boxes and bolted to this factory one. I don't believe it comes with the bike. I think you have to buy that. But it bolts right on to the threaded parts that were already with the bike. So I didn't have to modify anything or do anything. It just bolted right on. The whole assembly to put the racks and the top piece on, maybe 25 minutes, maybe 20. It was not very long. It was a piece of cake. You can see it comes with nice button head bolts. If anybody wants my old rack, it's for sale for $100. So, and then again, try to give you a view of the locking mechanism right there. And that again, you put the key in, it flips up, and the pin is behind there. So, we'll see how they hold up over time. Maybe they'll leak, maybe they won't. I'm not super stressed about it. When I go do real off-roady stuff, and we're going camping tomorrow, this is my setup with the dry bags. Plus, if I dump the bike, I don't feel like they're going to hurt me quite as bad as those. So this is my 10 pounds of junk in a 5-pound sack on a 390. So I just prefer this one for that, and this is more for touring for me. We're going to do maybe a ride to Colorado. I wanted some security for if this was parked somewhere. So, all right, guys, that's my whole review on this. I hope it helped you. Just kind of giving you a quick look of them. I couldn't find any reviews on it. I do like also this rack is tight to the exhaust versus the rack that was on it, which I can't remember who makes it. It was way off the exhaust, and I hated that. So I definitely like that the rack is a little tighter, smoother, and it comes up and kind of comes in, and it kind of gives it like a nice look when the panners are off the bike. And then also, I don't know who makes this thing, but it came with the other rack. I made this work too. It's like a toolkit that fit on there too. So a little bit of modification with a little bracket, but like 10 minutes worth of work, and that was on there. And I'm going to use that to carry my tools. So, all right, guys, have a good one.